Hello again, Patients with Makeup here. This video is about makeup transformation starring my gorgeous good friend Ayyah. Ayyah is a little bit of a tomboy and she works and goes to school to be a doctor full time, so she doesn't have a lot of time to do a dramatic look like this. But she told me that blue never looks good on her and she has a hard time finding a blue that does, so I showed her exactly the perfect way to wear and love the color blue. If you want to see this transformation, please stay tuned and enjoy. To start Ayyah's look off, I have already cleansed and moisturized the skin. The first thing I want to do is even out her skin tone, so I find a foundation that matches her skin tone exactly, just to even out any discoloration she may have. I'm using a cream foundation with a traditional concealer brush. I am also being very careful not to apply too much because I don't want to have a heavy, uneven application of foundation. And she really rarely wears foundation at all, so I wanted to show her that it doesn't have to feel heavy. I also don't want to cover things up that are unnecessary, like her freckles. I think they're beautiful and make her a unique individual. After the foundation, I then get the concealer and I choose a color about 2 shades lighter than her natural skin tone. And I highlight and conceal any dark spots and circles to help brighten up her face and features. When applying concealer, I like starting with my fingers because the warmth from my finger helps blend it in more easily and evenly. But to get tough corners and edges, I use a small concealer brush. To set the foundation and concealer, I use loose face powder, but to further highlight and contour her face, I'm using one powder 2 shades lighter than her natural tone to highlight the places I use concealer in. And I'm using a powder about 1 shade darker for the rest of her face to help add dimension so her face isn't just one flat color. Then at last, to blend in the powder and smooth out the surface, I use a big fluffy brush all over the face. Next, I put on an eyeshadow primer to help make eyeshadow bolder and last longer and to also lighten up her eyelid. The one I happen to be using is Laura Geller's Eye Spackle. I also apply it to the lower lash line. The first eyeshadow we're using is a dark matte gray from my BH Cosmetics Neutral Palette. And I'm applying that color with a small crease brush directly into the crease. After I apply a little, I blend it out with a very soft matte lavender purple right above the gray to create a smokier effect so there's no harsh lines. I use a fluffy blending brush to do this. I also apply the same gray to the lower lash line with a small smudge brush 3/4 of the way into the eye, making sure not to close the eye off. Then I apply a matte white eyeshadow and apply it to the lid and brow bone, and I blend that together. And I take a navy blue and apply it to just the outer corners of the eyes in kind of a V shape to add some depth and widen the shape of her eyes. Then I take a shimmery white and apply it to just the inner eye by the tear duct to help open it up and reflect some light so it gives the illusion of a wider eye. Next, I take a gel eyeliner, in Midnight Blue and line her whole upper lid from the outer corner to the inner corner. Then I take a similar blue eyeliner pencil and dip it into the blue eyeliner gel and line the inner waterline with it. The last step for eyes, I take a lengthening and volumizing mascara in one and do the top and bottom lashes with about 3 coats just to add extra drama to her lashes and give her a more glamorous look. I always like to fill in the eyebrows so they aren't drowning out compared to the dramatic eye. This way they are bold and add structure to the face, and I feel like it helps complete the look. I also like to apply brow gel to help keep the eyebrows tame. Now it's time for blush. For Ayyah's skin tone, a really bright pop of pink to the top of her cheekbones will brighten her face, and the placement of the blush will give her face some more dimension and an illusion of a fresh, glowy appearance. I am just using a normal angled brush and applying a little at a time and blending it up towards the hairline right above the ear. Then to contour, I'm adding a matte brown blush to her temples, her forehead, her chin, right under her jawbone, and the tip of her nose to help create some natural shadows. For her lips, I chose a rosy pink lip liner that is very close to her natural lip tone, and I lined her whole lips. Then, to make them look full and fun, I added a shiny pink lip gloss on top, but just a little bit. I don't want the lips to be too much because the eyes are our focus, not the lips. And that completes our makeup transformation. Here's a before and after shot so you can see just a little makeup can go a long way. Remember, it's not about covering up with makeup, it's about using makeup to enhance what's already beautiful about you. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching, and as usual, have patience with makeup! Bye!